Good morning, folks. It's Karen with JesusT-shirts.com. And you know how you get writer's block when you sit there and you stare at a blank page and you just don't know what you're supposed to write about? Well, I'm kind of having recording brain freeze this morning. I had all set in my mind what I was going to talk about, and then I sat down, launched the recorder, and was like, what did I say I was going to talk about? Oh, this is really good. You have to excuse me if I kind of go all over the place this morning. I think, oh yeah. My topic today was on Sunday's church service, the sermon, and I just created a t-shirt with another pastor-inspired quote. Easy is the enemy of what is right. And I really like that. So now every time I try to think of something, well, this would be easy to do, and I'd be like, now I got to think about it. Just because it's easy, does it mean it's the right thing to do? And that comes up a lot, especially in my business. It would be easier just to take somebody else's designs and use them as my own. That's the easy way to do it. And there are a lot of people out there that do that. But it's definitely not the right thing to do. Not if you want to be recognized as an honest person who does their own designs. Now, I may see somebody else's design and think, well, I like the wording, but I don't quite like the design itself, so I will just recreate it and make it my own. There's a lot of things out there that, if you really think about it, it might be easy to do it this way or that way, but is it the right way to do it? And, Pastor was saying on Sunday, it's like being a Christian and following the right path is not always the easy path. The easy way to live is to just follow along what everybody else is doing, follow along what the world says to do. And there's a lot of stuff out there right now that might seem easy to just agree with, easy to not argue about, easy to just get along and go along. But it's definitely not the right way to do things. And so that was kind of, the basic core of the service on Sunday. And it's like that in life, too. And it's like that in my business. So when I sit down to do a design, sure, it'd be easier for me to just pay somebody on Fiverr to make my designs for me. But then they wouldn't be my designs. They would be somebody else's that I just am buying and pawning off as my own. And that's not the right way to do things. And at the same time, I write articles for TextBroker. Now, as a blogger, sure, it would be easier for me to go and pay somebody else to write my articles for me. And a lot of times that's what your marketers promote doing. Go over here and get an article done for you. Sure, that's the easy way to do it. But is it the right way to do it? And I'm on the end where I will write articles for someone else to put on their blog. They're choosing the easy way. And for me, that's fine because it's going to make me a profit. So I'm not the one that's picking the easy way out. I'm actually writing the articles myself. And that's just like, with my blog. It would be easy for me to just go out and pay somebody to write my articles for my blog. And I won't do that. So I don't have a lot of articles on my blog right now. I'm working on it. But I don't want to pay somebody else to write the articles for my blog, because then it wouldn't be coming from me. They wouldn't be my articles. They wouldn't be my words. It wouldn't be my heart and feelings that are going into it. It would be somebody else's. And I used to do that way back when I first started doing this stuff, like in around 2009, 2008. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember how long I've been online. It's been a long time. But way back when I was first starting to do blogging, that's what I would do. I would go to places like Need an Article or Writers or what have you, or I would go out and look for PLR, which is called private label rights, which is you would get a pack of articles that someone else has written for you, or someone else has written, and then you would take it and reword them, edit them up a little bit. Now, sometimes I do use PLR or someone else's articles as just a launching point. Something like, okay, let's get the brain stirred up a little bit here so I can get this done. But when it comes down to it, my blog and the articles are on my blog are mine. I've written them. I didn't pay somebody else to write them for me. So I go through the writer's block, or when I'm doing videos, I go through the brain freeze. It's like blank, like, I'm supposed to be saying something. What am I saying? Now, as far as my next blog article, it's actually going to be about this video, the same topic. So what I'm actually doing is I'm recording an MP3 at the same time as I'm recording this video. And then there's a couple of websites out there where you can upload your MP3 and it'll transcribe it for you. So that way I'm doing something easy. But then I'll still have to take the article and fix all the errors in it and everything before I put it up there. So, but it makes you think, you know, a lot of things out there that are easy to do, that are easier to do, aren't always the right things to do. And that's where the saying comes from, that easy is the enemy of what is right. And it's true. Life isn't supposed to be easy. You know, but building a business isn't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to take work. It's supposed to, you're supposed to use the brain cells that God gave you and figure things out. Learn new things. Sure, it's easy to pay somebody else to do everything for you, but then are you learning anything? Is it yours? Is it something that you are earning? And I say no. Now, the other day, it was like late at night, and I got this email, and it was about purchasing a whole PLR kit that had to do with teaching senior citizens how to start an online business. And I thought, well, that's cool. I could, promote it and make it's like an affiliate marketing type thing. But you buy this whole package. It's all done for you. Building the web pages and all of that. So I figured, okay, let me buy it and check it out and see if it's something that I even want to promote, because it did have a money back guarantee on it. So, kind of like Obama's healthcare plan, you have to buy it to see what's in it. which, from the people who created it, that obviously they don't want people just taking it and using it and not paying for it. I mean, they put their work into it. So I downloaded it, and, I bought it and downloaded it, and I looked through the core, the thing that I would be promoting, and I'm like, I can't promote this. Sure, it's an easy way for me to make money. It's an easy way for me to have somebody else do all the work for me, and then I just go out and promote it. But when I looked at what I would be promoting, I felt like I would be cheating people. And so easy, in this case, was the enemy of what is right. So I requested the refund because it's just not something I would be comfortable in promoting. I won't get into everything that was in the guide, but it primarily dealt with the primary way of teaching seniors to create an online business were things that you can find out on YouTube for free, find out just by reading other blogs and articles, joining forums. It's like, this stuff has been promoted for the last 25 years. Why would I want to sell something to somebody that I could teach them how to do for nothing? So, kudos to the people that put all the work into it. That's fine, but it was not something that, in good conscience, I was comfortable with promoting and trying to make money off of people to buy something that really wouldn't help them. It gave them some ideas, but that was it. Yeah, here's some ideas, but how do you do it? I think they probably would be better off taking each subject, each idea, and then breaking it down into a full course and then selling on in Udemy. That's my opinion. But that's what a lot of marketers out there are doing. They're trying to sell you the easy way of doing something. But it's not always the right way to do it. And so I'll stick with going the right way. And then the other topic of the sermon was, just because Christians have a little bit of a harder path, especially in the world today, where Christians are ridiculed and criticized and made fun of and blocked and canceled. It would be easier to just go, okay, yeah, let's just follow along with the world and do whatever they're doing. No, that's not what it's about. Sunday we were handing out free raffle tickets. Little raffle tickets. You didn't have to buy them. They were free. We were handing them out to the women because it was Mother's Day. And then we were going to have a raffle during the service. And one of the women in the congregation would win a gift basket. So my friend was coming in with her boyfriend. And he had said to her, why is it only the women are getting these tickets? You've got this whole transgender thing going on. And she says, not here you don't. That's true. I thought that was pretty funny. But along with, we might be following the more difficult way of doing things because we're not going to follow along and do what the world is doing. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun. So, Sunday we did a little game, and it was a take on the Let's Make a Deal. That was pretty funny. And then the week before that, we did a Hollywood Squares take, and that was pretty funny. I'll put links below the description here so you can go see the YouTube videos, because our church services are live streamed. But that was pretty funny. But I mean, we have fun at church. I mean, that it is fun. Our pastor is hilarious, tells jokes, play games. It's just we have fun. But the cool thing is it's good, clean fun. You don't have to get drunk and high and all this kind of stuff to have fun. Sure, it's the easy thing to do, is to just follow along what everybody else is doing. But easy is the enemy of what is right. And I believe that, and I love that saying. Our pastor comes up with some good ones, and when he comes up with them during a service, I'll write them down. And then I'll design a t-shirt around it. T-shirt, wall art, whatever you want to get the design put on. But I find, I said this to my husband on the way home from church, or actually it was on the way to church, that it's only been recently, and we've been going to this church for almost 4 years, and it's only been recently that I understand now why my mother was such a happy lady. She was, no matter what was going on, she went through a horrible divorce. She lost her house. She had a car accident that probably anyone else would have died in. And she was still happy. She was a jolly happy person. And my brother and I didn't realize until my mother's funeral how many people she touched just by being a happy person. And she was always happy. The day before she passed away, she was even laying in the hospital bed, and she took her cane and was joking around with my brother that when I get out of here, I'm going to chase you around with this thing. Joked until the end. I mean, and now I know why. Now I've actually realized it. She was a very spiritual person. She went to church religiously. That's how I grew up. I grew up going to church. I had a major falling out because of the religion. And the church I go to now is a non-denominational church. We are Bible-believing Christians. We are not a religion. There's no denomination. We're not involved with any of that. But the thing is that it's just that when you surround yourself with God-loving, Bible-believing, happy people, then pretty much regardless of what you go through, you're still going to be happy. I mean, that's just how it is. I lost my brother to he had a fatal motorcycle accident. And I felt like it was my right arm that I just lost. I mean, 6 months prior to that, he and I buried our father. My mother's been gone for well over 20 years. And we have a sister that's in the wind somewhere. She disassociated herself from the family when my mother passed away. So we haven't spoken since 1997. And for the longest time, I just felt like an orphan. It's like, I mean, I have a huge family. And thank God, seriously, literally, thank Jesus, most of my family are Bible-believing Christians. So we're happy people. Yeah, we have illnesses, we have ailments, we have struggles. God never promised that you would have an easy road in life. I mean, that's just not it. But what he does promise is that he will give you the strength to get through whatever's going on. And when my brother was killed, I went through the first, and he was killed for all intents and purposes on New Year's Day in 2017. And until November of 2017, I was in a daze. I was just completely beside myself. I was like, I just didn't know what to do with myself. I stopped working. I mean, I'm on disability. I've been on disability for years, but I had a couple of things that I was doing online, and I just stopped. My t-shirt business is one thing, because I had just launched it right before he died, and I stopped doing that. I had no interest in it anymore. I had no interest in anything. I mean, I fell into a pretty deep depression. I started going to a grief counselor, and that didn't help. It was like, this lady has no clue. Not to fault her, but it's like, that's not what I need. So I came home one day from one of the sessions, and I said to my husband, it's not helping. I'm not feeling any better. I just, and I'm blessed with a husband that is so understanding. I mean, he was devastated too, because he and my brother were closer than brothers. They were really tight. So he was just as devastated. But I would just walk around, and I just felt numb. Just numb. And, because he was my little brother. He was 10 years younger than me, but I looked up to him. He was just a phenomenal person. And I realized that at his funeral service when I got up to speak. And I looked out, and it was standing room only, wall to wall, between two rooms, the hallway. It was amazing the amount of people that came out. And these were all people that knew him, that shared their life with him. He touched so many people. And, but I was just devastated. So I came home this one day, and I happened to be talking to my daughter. And I said to her, I need to go back to church. Now, a lot of people, and I went through it when my mother passed away. Why her? Okay, God, why'd you take her? Okay, God, why did you take him? Why did you take my brother? And it's not like he was doing anything wrong, per se. He helped a lot of people. He was an amazing person. Why'd you have to take him? But I didn't get mad at God. It was like, okay, there's a reason why he took my brother, and I don't know what it is yet, but I'll figure it out. So I said to my daughter, I said, I need to get back to church. So it's like the Bible verse, and I can't quote verses by the book of the Bible and the chapter and all that, but train up a child in the way he should go, and he will not turn from it. I was raised in the church. I was raised in a private Christian school. And even though I had a falling out with two churches that were Baptist churches, those are tough. If you're in a Baptist church right now, God bless you. That's all I can say about that. But I still kept with the core values. I mean, I was all out in left field. I won't even get into all the stuff I got myself into. But looking back, God kept me alive for some reason. But he took my baby brother. And I was upset, but it was just like, why? So I was talking to my daughter, and I said, I need to get back to church, but I don't know where to go. I'm at a loss. She happened to be working at the time for one of the elders of the church that we go to now. She says, just go. She says, I know it's a little bit of a drive, Mommy. She says, but try it. I think you'll like it. Not that she goes. She's never even visited. But she knows her mom. We walked in and I felt at home. It was like there was this peace. As soon as we walked in the church building, just the atmosphere, the people, I actually felt like, here's a family. I really did feel that way. I started getting choked up. Like, that had to have been the Holy Spirit working. Like, you're home now. You're home, child. Just come in and get some rest. And we walked in and we sat down for the service. And I've heard so many people at our church say this, that they felt like the pastor was speaking directly to them. That morning, the pastor was touching on grief and loss. And I took my husband's hand and sat there, and I just cried through the whole service. I just cried through the entire service. And it was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you. I might not know His purpose for taking my little brother home to Him, but it brought me back to the Lord. Who am I to question the man who gave His own Son for all of us? Who am I to question Him taking my brother to bring me back? And I don't share this with a lot of the family. My biological family. I don't share that, especially with my nieces, who are my brother's daughters. I did share it with his son, my nephew, because my nephew's going through some problems right now, and that'll be the topic for another video. I've already gone almost a half an hour on this one, but the easy thing for me would have just been to sink into a depression and not do anything and just become lazy and despondent and let everybody else take care of me. The hard thing was to face up that I needed to do something about it, to get out of this and face what I was going through. And no, it's not easy to get up early on Sunday mornings and drive 45 minutes, almost an hour, depending on traffic and weather, to go to church on Sundays. But it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. So, if you're out there and you're going through some stuff, get back to church. Find a good church to go to. You know, if you were raised a certain way, whether it was Episcopalian, Lutheran, whatever, find yourself a church that just believes in the Bible. And find some peace in whatever's going on in your life. And I hope this message wasn't too boring, but it's just something I felt like I needed to get out. Alright, that's it. Have a great day out there, all you people. If you feel so inclined, give me a thumbs up. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you in the next video. Okay, bye. God bless.